gotta get kicked out of the house.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Operator.
I'm Farva.
And it's been a while since we made a video. We've been extremely busy individuals and had a lot of scheduling conflicts.
And we wanted a new camera.
Yeah, and we wanted a new camera too. So we're going to see how this one goes. It's going to look a little dark because we're actually filming outside in the garage at night. Just to kind of see how this goes, because we're going to hopefully be doing more stuff out here as we get into like builds and testing and things like that, so we have more room and availability of tools. So tonight we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about plate carrier profiles, body armor, that kind of a thing, chest rigs, and the kind of stuff that you should take into account whenever you're planning a rig. We came up with 3 types to kind of categorize what you may come across in your searches for different rigs and things of that nature. So we have the 3 types. You got your lightweight, which is like bare essentials, super bare. You got your mid-range, which will have, you have your magazines, might have some accessory pouches, your hydro, stuff like that. Then you also have the heavier class. That's going to be for your extended engagements, for your day-long events where you're just out there playing for the entire day. You don't come in, or multiple days, as we've been to some of those, and you need to carry a lot of stuff with you. That's also where backpacks come into play, but we'll get into backpacks and things like that in another video. We do have a 4th unofficial category though. We like to call that one Farva, and that's basically what is sitting over here, slightly out of camera, but you'll get a look at that in a second. So in the meantime though, for right now, just to kind of give you guys a quick idea of what we're talking about. Something like this guy right here. This is going to be your super bare minimum lightweight rig.
This is a Haley Strategic D3CR, the old school one. They've got the new one with a little bit bigger GP pouches,
and then
they have the heavy variant that has a GP pouch. It's a little wider, and it fits 308 mags and AK mags, as well as they call it their D3CRX, I believe. Instead of having a stuff it pouch, which is this one right here, it has 4 pistol mag pouches or utility pouches, as I have a flashlight and one of my pistol mags in there.
So that's going to be like your I'm going out and playing either indoors or outdoors, and we're only running a 15-20 minute game.
Or in the real world, this is your shit hits the fan, excuse the language, and this is everything I need to survive for the immediate 24 hours.
We found it's very efficient whenever you're in vehicles as well. It's very low profile. You can put it into a backpack.
And the nice part is, with this Velcro on the back, with the interior in my vehicle, my 2004 Dodge Ram, this is the loop side, right?
That's the male side, the hook side.
The male hook side actually mounts very nicely to just my interior. I don't have a leather interior, I have a canvas interior, but it mounts and it holds itself enough that I would have access to the magazines or the flashlight or any of the things that I have deemed necessary to have in this pack.
Very high quality Velcro.
And I always put some kind of medical gear on my front line. I would call this my front line. Like in here, I just have some real simple gauze and a tourniquet. It gets you where you need to go, and if by chance something happens, because you got essentially something to take care of it.
You can stop the bleeding, and in a real world situation, obviously, or if there's an accident on the field and you're qualified in some kind of first aid training like I am or he is, you can apply those kinds of things to get the person where they need to go so they can actually get to an ambulance if necessary.
And the real nice part about this is if you do have a certain style of rig, which is the chest rig comes with a harness, but a rig like the plate carrier I'll show in a little while, it actually mounts completely to the plate carrier.
Those clips are removable, aren't they, for the female
These
one?
ones aren't.
No, the other ones are.
Yeah.
So you can put those anywhere. Like the clips that actually attach to this to hold it on your rig.
I actually
You
mount
can put
this
on
to
your
a
wall.
backpack.
Mhm.
Completely, like this as is, just straight to a backpack.
Yep. So that'd be like your bare minimum. That accompanied with like your RRVs, your single front panels, even like your what are those things called? The older, what is it, 1964s?
Or that.
The 1964 like load bearing harnesses.
LBVs?
Yeah, like an LBV or there's a 1964 or something like that that's just built-in pouches. But anyways, stuff like that, that's literally for just like your bare minimum engagement, just real quick kind of game, objective-based type stuff.
Got you enough ammo to get through the day.
Yeah, pretty much, or get through the round or something like that until another game starts, you go reload. The next style is going to be the one that I run primarily. This is going to be like your mid-range kind of rig right here. It looks a little big for the camera just because we're testing an angle right now, but it's actually not that large. This is the Blackhawk Strike carrier. It does have the front panel and it has a back panel, and then it's open on the sides, and it just attaches with like this, let's say it's like an inch webbing right here, and it buckles in the back. So you can just kind of reach back, unbuckle it, and just pull the thing up over your head. Or it has Velcro straps here. You pull the Velcro and you can undo it that way. Or there's a quick release buckle here if you need to get it like off the side real quick. I have my 6 magazines on this one. I have an admin panel with an extra pistol mag pouch here. I got a dump pouch. On the back of it, I have my hydro carrier. This is from Condor. So it kind of doubles as a backpack as well as a hydro carrier. So you have your larger pouch down here and a slightly smaller pouch up here. And I want to say this will go up to like 3 liter, I think is what this one will carry. And then over here is my Baofeng radio. I actually recycled a broken magazine pouch shingle that I cut the Cordura off, the backing Cordura that held it together. I actually cut that off, and it became a standalone magazine pouch that fits the Baofengs with the extended battery perfectly. So even if you have the bungee over top of it, it's still pretty snug in there, even with the comms, the headset adapter plug up here on my shoulder. So this is going to be a very, this would be like a very simple mid-range rig. Other ones like this would be like your 6094s from LBX or LBT, your JPCs, things of that nature that are like an open side, but you have real estate on the front and the back for what you would need for like a day-long engagement, or you can just go and do what you need to do for like maybe some indoor stuff that has several objectives, or like a take the fort or something like that, whatever you guys are doing.
And then real world situations, something more like 48-hour type of stuff, something where you're going to need significantly more ammo than, like, going back to this chest rig, normally in a real world situation I wouldn't have 4 mags, I'd only have 3 with a radio. I have it like this because my radio is actually on my plate carrier, but like he said, he's got a backpack on here, so it gives you the extended for food and other resources that you would need to prolong your getting to somewhere that you're meeting up with your group, or you're getting what you need from a stash house or something like that.
And that's also where I carry my first aid, is in a IFAC pouch. It's actually a MOLLE pouch. But because of its size, I don't really have anywhere else to attach it with MOLLE that would be easily accessible.
Or practical.
Or practical. So with that, I just didn't put it on the rig, and I just stuck it in the bottom pouch of the backpack so I can reach back, undo the zipper, and pull it out, and there it is. But I still have room because it's a good sized pouch. I recommend these hydro carriers. They're around 50, 60 bucks. You can find them just about anywhere that carries Condor outdoor gear, and they come in a bunch of different colors and patterns. But they're really, really nice rigs. I've used several of them. I beat them up for multiple day events, and they work great. So we're going to move on to the heavier.
We'll go with heavy first. Normally, this I would have it set up a little differently. This is a Mayflower APC. I have it currently. I have it set up so I can just plug and play with my chest rig. But normally, I would have 3 closed-top pouches on the front, just to give me 6 mags. Gets me what I need to do. I have a radio pouch kind of concealed under my cummerbund. I have a side cummerbund that allows me to have things on my side. Normally I don't have things on my side, but we're preparing for an op coming up in March. I've told you about it a couple of times now.
It's going to be a long engagement.
It's supposed to be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, most of the day Friday as well. So I have a full real IFAC as well as even more on my back for real emergencies because I'm CO as well as staff. So I need to be able to take care of anything that were to happen.
Hopefully it doesn't. Usually
Yeah.
people are pretty good about being smart in how they play and not taking chances, but you don't want to take the chance
You'll
that
see.
somebody's being dumb.
But I would have the 3 on the front and then the 2 on the side, and then I have on the back here, I'm actually waiting on a hydration carrier, but I have a side zip pouch. It's a utility pouch, but I have it used for packing gauze and extra batteries and anything and everything that I could think that I need to take care of a situation.
And keep in mind too, guys, that if you haven't had any kind of like first aid training or anything like that, this isn't something that you absolutely have to have. Obviously, it wouldn't be a bad idea that if there is somebody that you're playing with that is like an EMT or has military, first aid training or a nurse or something like that. If you have a first aid kit with you, that's perfectly fine because that's just more stuff they can use in the event of an emergency. But this is just literally an example of the different ways that you can build whatever you want to do to suit. The key thing is to suit what you're doing and what you're doing. Yeah, your style of play, what kind of environment you're playing in, and that's just kind of giving you an idea of what direction you could kind of go in and the things you need to take into account. Like I said, you got multiple day engagements. Those are your really big ops that only happen, a handful of times throughout the year across the country. Your more common
Milsim West.
American Milsim, those
Milsim.
guys, and I want to say there's a couple other like smaller groups that are further out west that do stuff. But we're out towards the eastern part of the country. We're in Ohio, so we don't really get a whole lot of that out this way. And if we do, it's a decent driving distance, but it's usually worth it. So check out American Milsim, check out Milsim West.
For sure.
Great people, excellent events that they do. I'm looking forward to attending some in the 2017 year.
Oh, I am as well.
Oh yeah, it's going to be good times. So hopefully we'll see some of you guys out there. But just to kind of wrap it up, take into account what you're doing. Take into account the kind of events that you're going to be attending or the types of games you're going to be doing. And think about what are the bare essentials that you need.
I change mine almost randomly every week, so
That's the great thing about it. So check that out. Do some research, like we said, to kind of find out, what style of rig is for you. And then once you pick that out, before you actually start buying things, because I'll tell you, I bought some stuff without thinking about it. Like, oh yeah, sure, it's totally great. It's what I need. And ends up, I'm not using it and I wind up trading it or selling it to somebody else. So kind of plan out in your head, maybe make like a shopping list at a retailer or something that you favor that, you know, has a lot of stuff.
See if your buddy has it. And see if
Yeah.
see if he'll let you use it.
Yeah, see if you
I
can
know
borrow.
I let guys use my stuff all the time just so they can see if they like it, just so they know, and then they can decide on whether or not they want to get it themselves.
Try before you buy if you can. Save you some money and some trouble in the long run. But hopefully coming up, we're going to do some goggle. We're going to do a goggle video talking about eye protection and what's important there. Because you can't really put a price on eyesight. That's a very important thing. We've all seen accidents happen and people get shot. Luckily, I haven't seen any serious damage, but I have seen some swollen eyelids and some bloodshot eyes. So we're going to talk about goggles and how eyewear is important.
Guys, remember that we did get a sponsor. Keystone Tactical Supply.
So professional.
I'm terrible at this. I'll get better, I promise, Keystone.
It's nighttime, like I said.
I've
been
been
a long
working
day
all day.
it's been a long day
It's
for
been
everybody.
one of those days.
Yeah.
But they actually have some really great patches headed our way.
Yeah, we'll have those for you too.
Call sign, country of origin flag, blood type, and
they're all laser cut too,
they're laser
right?
cut.
Yeah.
And they are awesome.
So they're like the really nice ones that you guys see, but they're also competitively priced. Like they have some great pricing compared to a lot of the laser cut stuff I've seen, and they do custom design work too. So you can check them out.
We'll link them. We'll try to link all the rigs in the video. If you have questions, feel free to message us.
Either direct or post in the comments too. We look through our comments.
Facebook, YouTube. I check the emails every day. Share it with your friends.
Yep.
Hit us up with the like, subscribe, share.
And whatever you guys would like to see too, make sure you can message us about that either directly or via email or Twitter or Instagram or whatever. Give us some, ideas of what you guys would like to see us do in the future and some things that you would like to see us talk about or some products that you'd like for us to try and get a hold of and give you our opinion on them. We're totally open to that, so that kind of gives us a direction to go whenever we get like video log block or whatever you want to call it, like writer's block for video reviews, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, because we can't, come up with every idea. So you guys are watching this. Give us some feedback and some input on what you'd like to see. But until then, we'll wrap this thing up. We can move on to other things. I don't know what we have left in the day, but I know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. But I'm Operator.
I'm Farva.
Keep shooting straight. I almost said keep straight.